Hello, welcome back to NPC Stories. Ah, family. Some adventurers don't have them, some left them behind, and some are out there adventuring for them. Let's talk about all the ways you can use family in your game. As a DM, you can use PC's family members for a variety of purposes. They make great bait or motivational tools to set your PCs on a certain path. In addition, you can use them as contacts, or they can provide services, from healing to magic to just a free bed and meal for the night. Plus, I love the emotional tension that comes with a good old family reunion. 2 of my party's PCs are orphans. One has only one living relative left, and a secret twin who you've already met, Halo Poldelray. Which leaves us with just 2 players who fortunately have a lot of siblings. Dayon Onry is a monk PC who ran away from his family after his mother died, and now his siblings have to run the farm without him. They all share similar features, standing around average height with straight dark hair and brown eyes. Davenel Onry is the eldest brother and has found himself in charge of the entire farm and responsible for his whole family. He has a wife who is expecting a child soon, and despite having practically raised all of his siblings, he is both terrified and excited at the idea of becoming a father. Davenel wears common clothes, which are typically dirty from working out on the farm. He is broad and muscular, from working out on the farm, and always has a friendly smile to offer to strangers. His parents always taught him to help those with less, so despite not having much of his own, he's always willing to lend a hand to those in need. Diana Onry is the next eldest and fulfilled the motherly role once their mother died. She stays on the farm to help out, but is a fantastic cook and dreams of one day moving to a city and opening her own restaurant. But she can't leave her family until everything settles down, which it never seems to do. Diana usually wears an apron over her common clothes, smeared with bits of food from whatever she was cooking last. She has a curvy build and discerning eye. She's a little bit less trusting than her brother, but still generous with her food. Douglas Onry was always the misfit of the family, preferring to spend his days reading the single book that they owned rather than working out on the farm. He was always extremely interested in magic, and when the local Wizards Guild came by looking for new recruits, they picked him out as a potential candidate and whisked him away to learn magic. Douglas wears glasses and wizard's robes over his slender frame. He has found confidence in his new power, and wields what little authority he has as an apprentice wizard over anyone he can. His familiar is a fiendish weasel named Sparks, who he keeps tucked up the sleeve of his wizard's robes. Daisy is the baby sister and has always been treated as such. She loves all things beautiful and tries to see the best in people. Her naive nature makes her prone to flights of romantic fantasy, but she is also very stubborn and willful. Daisy stands out amongst her siblings, petite with an hourglass figure and her mother's bright blue eyes, but her beauty often makes her the target of men who lust after beautiful things. When one particularly cruel duke decided that she was to be his wife, she took a knife to her face in an attempt to hide her beauty beneath scars. Dayon's siblings each have mixed feelings about Dayon's leaving. Davenel wishes he had stayed because they need extra hands on the farm. Diana understands wanting to go, but doesn't understand how he could abandon his family. Douglas totally gets it. He hates the farm. He wants to leave. And Daisy just wants Dayon to be happy. Laushan Telkontarwi is a Rava Ranger PC. He was the odd one out in a family of druids and left them behind because he couldn't stand their people's heartless war tactics. Which is kind of understandable. The Rava consider those who abandon them dead for all intents and purposes and traitors to their cause. There is often backlash against the family as all eyes are on them to see if they will defect as well. This is especially hard on younger siblings who have yet to make a name for themselves or prove their loyalty. Ravelin Telkontarwi was already a druid in training when her brother left. In fact, she was just preparing to go on her sacred journey to attune with the land. But with all eyes on her, she abandoned the trip to stay and study healing magic instead. In addition, the man she had been courting and hoping to marry ended their relationship, as he didn't want to be associated with a traitor's family. All of this has made Ravelin fairly bitter about her lot in life, and she blames it all on her older brother. Ravelin is tall and slender, with dark tan skin, black hair, and brown eyes. She wears robes of cloth, leather, and fur with armbands made of vine and wood. Wooden bracelets made of ash serve as her healing focus, and she always carries a healer's kit on her person. Ravelin always follows the rules. She's doing her best to prove to her people that her family are not traitors, it was just her stupid older brother. She would never betray her people and hates outsiders, but can talk her way into and out of almost any circumstance. Teramir Telkontarwi is the youngest and always looked up to his big brother. In fact, he decided to quit his training as a druid in order to take his place among the rangers. He has big dreams and unwavering optimism, hoping to someday become the Hosei, the war leader, even though he's not of the right bloodline. Teramir is tall and lean with dark tan skin, black hair, and green eyes. He wears leather armor and armbands of wood and vine and carries a short sword and a long bow with a sprig of mistletoe tied to it that serves as his natural focus. Terramir is friendly and tries to project confidence and suave charisma just like his big brother. But he often ends up being more awkward and adorably honest than anything else. And there are some siblings! Obviously, my PC's family members are not going to be your PC's family members, but the tropes I've presented should be easy enough to translate, and these characters could easily stand on their own. As always, I hope this was somehow helpful or inspiring to you. You can let me know by liking this video, or you can find me on Twitter at NPC Stories. If you want to see more NPCs in the future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and join me next week!